Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, back to the 80s, because, okay, so over the last couple of hours, ladies and gentlemen, I have gone what they politely and eloquently decide to name as fucking mental. And, well, so no change there then. Yes, thank you very much, thank you. God, I am forever losing the plot when when somebody's losing the plot, when you realise that you guys may be hearing about this, but insofar as I'm concerned, I'm sat here a few days before this went out, and I'm just talking into a camera, and I know just from this premise that nobody's actually listening. It's bloody tragic, actually, when you think about it, but that's beside the point, because we return to the back half of Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time, possibly considered not just one of the pretty much the best Iron Maiden album of them all, debatable, but possibly one of the greatest heavy metal albums literally of all time, also debatable. Now, with that being said, we are in sort of what you could describe as almost like an 80s heavy metal wonderland. I'm a stranger, you're a stranger, we're strangers, together we are strangers. And in a very strange land. So, let's go! hardly my guitar gently weeps, more like my guitar screams in dire agony. And yet, at least it's a voice heard somewhere spiraling in the darkness. For no one can know my past, present, or future. Everywhere I look, everywhere I see, there isn't even a place where a man can slowly bleed. And yes, Land of Trapped of Ice and Snow. This is, in many ways, ladies and gentlemen, a very stark interest based on the expedition of... what was the expedition called again? I know that it was... I think they were like trying to explore like the North Pole or something like that. Let me just try and... Let me get like a proper explanation for you guys. I should be able to find it for you guys. It should be quite easy. Yes, it is based on the Robert A. Heinlein novel of the same name. Though apparently it's not based on it, but apparently the story, if anything, of Stranger in a Strange Land was actually really it's fascinating because I think they try to almost talk about the idea of like more internal solitude of trying to find becoming a well. We've even heard Iron Maiden talk about this before in Wasted Year, all the way back in Wasted Years. They talk about becoming a stranger to yourself. You become somebody that even you don't even recognize anymore. Which, insofar as like how Iron Maiden have written songs over the years, is a very interesting concept, because how do we know for certain, ladies and gentlemen, and say it with me now, maybe they've got a point to this. Maybe there is a point in which you slowly but surely lose your bearings, you lose grasp on who you are, you lose track of what your purpose is, and all of a sudden you are basically frozen out. You are hidden away. You are not even showcased to the rest of the world. You are merely a shell of your former self, driven into a freezing hell. And I do admit, ladies and gentlemen, that it can all be very metaphorical, the idea of feeling isolated and cast out, almost existing outside of space and time. But, and this has always been something I kind of wanted to like bring up to this point right now. You know what? Everyone could go through stages like this. Think about how the song began. Many years ago that I left my home and came this way. I was a young man full of hopes and dreams. But now it seems to me that all is lost and nothing gained. We've been there, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably... It may have happened to you. It may not have happened to you yet. Or maybe you'll say it is preposterous because maybe it will happen, but not during my time at any rate. Well, just like... And listen, you may have heard me talk about this when I had my first channel and stuff like that. But you know what? You've got to basically fall off the edge of the earth, ladies and gentlemen, to find your way back to terra firma. This is so... Oddly enough, this is the sort of thing that I would absolutely have bent over backwards to get, like, this chance again. Because not everybody gets a second chance, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how I'm almost treating this, as a second chance. We have not gone back in time, ladies and gentlemen. Time has decided to leap in front of us. Instead, what are we going to do, ladies and gentlemen, about this? We are going to move ahead of the times again. So with all that being said and done, don't become a stranger, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let guilt taint your tender hearts. Let's become friends. Let's become human beings in a humane world once again. Take care, and bye-bye for now.